Have you ever wondered what's really going through her mind when you're not around? What happens in those quiet moments when she's alone with her thoughts, processing your absence? The truth might surprise you, because what a woman feels during your absence isn't what most men think it is. You see, there's this misconception that when you're away, she's just waiting around, counting down the minutes until you return, that she's sitting there, phone in hand, desperately hoping for your next text. But that's not the whole story. The reality is far more complex, and understanding it could completely transform how you approach your relationships. When you first leave, there's often a moment of relief, not because she doesn't want you around, but because she finally has space to breathe, space to be herself without performing the delicate dance of partnership. Think about it. In your presence, she's constantly aware of your needs, your moods, your energy. She's calibrating herself to maintain harmony, to keep the connection flowing smoothly. But when you're gone, something interesting happens. The first few hours might feel liberating. She can watch whatever she wants, eat what she craves, call her friends without considering whether you'll feel left out. She can exist in her own rhythm without synchronizing with yours. However, as time passes, the emotional landscape shifts. This is where most men get it wrong. They think absence either makes the heart grow fonder or creates distance. But what actually happens is much more nuanced. She begins to process. Women are natural processors. Your absence gives her the mental space to think through conversations you've had, moments you've shared, feelings that got pushed aside in the busyness of being together. She's not necessarily missing you in the way you might imagine. Instead, she's integrating the experience of you into her understanding of herself and the relationship. During this processing time, she might realize things. Maybe she notices how she changes when you're around, how certain parts of her personality get amplified while others get muted. She might recognize patterns in your interactions that she couldn't see clearly when caught up in the moment. This is where it gets really interesting. If you've been truly present with her, if you've created a safe space for her authentic self to emerge, your absence becomes a time of appreciation. She reflects on how you make her feel seen, understood, valued. The memories of your attention, your care, your genuine interest in her thoughts and dreams, these become treasures she revisits. But if your presence has been distracted, if you've been going through the motions without really connecting, your absence reveals something different. It shows her how little she actually misses the superficial version of togetherness you've been offering. She realizes she doesn't miss someone who was physically there but emotionally absent. Here's what most men don't understand. A woman's experience of your absence is directly proportional to the quality of your presence. If you've been fully engaged, curious about her inner world, supportive of her growth, then your absence creates a beautiful longing. Not a desperate, clingy need, but a warm anticipation of reconnection. She finds herself wanting to share little moments with you. A funny thing her coworker said, a thought that occurred to her during her morning coffee, a memory that surfaced while she was walking. These aren't just random thoughts, they're invitations. She's mentally preparing to let you into her world because you've proven yourself worthy of that access. On the other hand, if your presence has been conditional, if you've only shown up when it was convenient for you, your absence might actually feel peaceful. She might realize how much energy she's been spending trying to get your attention, trying to feel valued by someone who's been taking her for granted. During your absence, she's also testing something. She's seeing how she functions independently, how strong her sense of self remains when you're not there to reflect it back to her. This isn't about not needing you. It's about making sure her need for you comes from a place of choice rather than dependency. A secure woman uses your absence to become more herself, not less. She pursues her interests, deepens her friendships, engages with her goals and dreams. But throughout all of this, if you've been truly present with her, there's an undercurrent of excitement about sharing these experiences with you. She might find herself mentally rehearsing conversations she wants to have with you, planning little surprises or gestures that will delight you when you return. This isn't about performing for your approval. It's about the natural generosity that flows from feeling truly appreciated. But here's the crucial part. What she feels during your absence is also preparation for your return. If she's missed the real you, the one who sees her and values her, she's preparing to welcome you back with open arms and an open heart. She's ready to share what she's discovered, what she's experienced, what she's learned about herself. However, if your absence has shown her how peaceful life can be, without walking on eggshells, without trying to earn love that should be freely given, then your return might not be met with the enthusiasm you expect. She might approach your reunion with new boundaries, new expectations, new clarity about what she will and won't accept. The woman who has used your absence to reconnect with her own strength, her own worth, her own vision for her life, she's not the same person who watched you leave. She's either more excited to build something beautiful with you or more clear that she deserves better than what you've been offering. This is why your presence matters so much more than your absence. Your absence is just the space where she processes the quality of your presence. It's where she decides whether you're enhancing her life or complicating it, whether you're contributing to her growth or holding her back. So the truth about what a woman feels during your absence isn't simple longing or simple relief. It's evaluation, it's processing, it's preparation. She's using that time to understand herself better and to understand what you really bring to her life. When you understand this, you realize that the key to a woman missing you isn't about creating distance or playing games. It's about being so genuinely present, so authentically engaged, so consistently supportive of who she is and who she's becoming, that your absence creates a beautiful space of anticipation rather than a confusing void of uncertainty. The woman who feels truly valued doesn't fear your absence, she uses it. She uses it to grow, to reflect, to prepare for an even deeper connection when you return. And that's the truth about what happens in her heart and mind when you're not around.